My name is Eduardo Jose Callejas Callejas. I come from a family of 8 with 2 girls and 6 boys. I've been in the United States since 1975 when I was 17 years old, fresh out of high school. My dad wanted me to experience an education in the United States. So I went to Texas A&M. After I finished and graduate from that school, I came back. Unfortunately, we had a civil war going on. Soon after, we had a change of government, and my family did not agree the path they were taking, so we fled the country and went to live in the United States and settled in Miami. I met my wife when I was in my senior years in college. My son was born in 1996. He's 10 years old. I consider that age to be a sponge. He has acquired his identity as a U.S. citizen. I want him to complement it with a Nicaraguan experience. I'm planning to move back, or to have him register on a Nicaraguan school by August of this year. I like the way the United States discipline people. Discipline in the United States, to me, is the thing that I most admire. The United States sets a goal and it doesn't rest until they accomplish it. Sometimes it can be blindly, so it goes in top of other peoples and customs, and even in top of other countries. But that's the reason I admire the United States. The United States, to me, as a U.S. citizen, is more like a father figure. It takes care of his citizens better than any other country in the world. But he also spoils his citizens. That is why I want him to get exposure. So when he comes to make his own decisions, he won't regret them. He can make the best ones for himself. There is a common sense in the United States that you should join in the mainstream. But the mainstream is a mix of many, many currents. While joining the mainstream, some people think that it's best to leave what distinguishes you from the rest of the people. And that is a loss for the country. It should also be an effort to keep the good parts of the different cultures that enrich the United States. My son is a U.S. citizen, and I'm proud of it, but he also has a heritage he cannot deny. He can cover it, but it's best if he learns to shine on it and also to show it to other people. The best representative of a culture is the one who experiences it, not the one who reads about it. Once you immerse on a culture and your mind is still young and you got a good set of guidelines to go with, it's very easy for a child to learn skills that will take a lot of schooling and a lot of money to acquire, and yet do not lose the sensitivity to fellow human beings, and not just identifying yourself as a person from this country or from the other, but it will give you a broader sense as far as people goes. I consider myself a U.S. citizen with all his rights and obligations. The United States is not the planet. We have to live with the rest of the world, and I think the more knowledge you have about the rest of the world, the better citizen you can be. My son is acquiring his American skills, but very difficult for him to acquire Nicaraguan skills without being in Nicaragua. One of the biggest assets that this society offers is the easiness to talk. We have a reputation of being warmongers, but we're not. I want him to be able to relate to different kinds of people. The way of life here is simple in a way because maybe material things are not as complicated as on the States. It is more complex as far as social interaction. You have to be open to all kinds of people with all kinds of different social stratus and economic stratus. In my case, I have found that to carry an advantage through life. What people have to offer does not depend on what they can show in their pockets or their social status. My father supported the idea that I go to the United States. My dad went to study in the United States too. His dad went to Belgium and France. Once he's done with high school, I would encourage him to seek anything he likes. And that means if he wants to go and study in the United States, or if he wants to go seek his luck in Europe, or if he wants to go to other countries in South America, that will be his choice.
Así dispuestos están, no saben